and this is Define Thy, where we define thy path of our character. Now, before we go adding on to new little things onto this laptop from the games we're going to play, I want to thank soloPAW for sponsoring today's episode, as well as Bitcoin Live DB Network. Now, if you haven't heard of soloPAW, well, they're like a little black book that's made from stone paper. So they are going to be fade resistant, tear resistant, and water resistant, so you know the info and secrets you store in your little soloPAW will last and survive whatever you throw at it. I personally have a soloPAW, and I use it for my website, info, email, general contacts, passwords, crypto keys, among other things I want to keep offline and off my computer. So these little black books are pocket-sized and ready to be by your side regardless of the adventure you have in real life or online. Now use the code on your screen, BitcoinLive20, to get 20% off your purchase today of the soloPAW's website, because yes, they are available all over the place like Walmart and other things, but using the QR will take you to the website where you can use Bitcoin Live 20 to get 20% off today. Now, throughout today's episode, you're going to see this special little pop-up come in, and we're actually going to transfer the entire thing down there. So that way, while you're watching, don't be afraid to go ahead and scan the QR and shop while I play. And remember, use Bitcoin Live 20 to get 20% off today.
What up, everybody? Alright, so we're in it. You saw it pop up. I know you saw it pop up. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're here. We're ready to go. We're in. Like, I didn't actually do my vocal test or anything else. Somehow behind. Had an alarm go off randomly, like 1 minute before stream. I was like, what the heck? I had to go hunting for it. It was one of my wife's work alarms. Like, what the heck? Alright. Where am I at? Okay, here we are. So, let me check this out real fast. Alright, okay. Alright. Okay, well, as it is, already today, I'm having issues. My sound card, my blob, he ain't blobbing. He's not doing his blobby thing. See what, like, if I do this, you see the visualizer down below doing its thing? But blobby ain't doing his thing, man. I'm gonna have to have blobby checked. I don't know what happened. It has something to do with the pipeline, like the way I'm collecting the sound, the way I'm doing it. It has something to do with that because it was messing with OBS, and OBS obviously do a couple things and it says, oh, you know what, I'm going to take over this, and it took over it. So, well, here's my visualizer. Here we go. Okay. So it looks like today we are doing basically the same thing as last time, but we're gonna do the build differently. We got a different build setup for Artemis 6.7. So if you notice, we got among up to 100 status. Working on Birdo next. So here on the show, we're doing Spaceman. I do not have it put on. Let me go ahead and what we got going today. Alright. So let me just do the build setup. Now looking at myself, I'm like, wait a minute. So we're gonna go with Aura, Blood, Dice. The whole concept here is Aura is gonna work like a shield. Dice is going to allow us to increase our crit chance randomly. We have a random chance to increase chance of crits by rolling a 6 on throw. So we're going to need quantity. We want to have a ton of throw. We basically want to be able to throw and just make our crit chance and possibility just have this huge increase. And then we want Blood Mark for the health. We're going to we plan on getting HP Tome. It's like a mess, right? We plan on getting XP Tome. Now, and then I'm going to get quantity. What I get after that, that's a toss-up. It might be damage, it might be gold. I've been doing a lot of tests with a lot of these different books, and it turns out that gold and damage are equivalent on this game. Like, getting a massive amount of gold allows you to open a shitload of boxes. Okay, that can allow you to do extra damage. That allows you to get that upper hand somewhere, right? Just having extra damage, it's extra damage. I mean, I had a game where my damage was at like 37x, 37 times multiplied. Holy, we were damaging. So, that's the setup, that's the ideal, that's what we're doing, hopefully. Steer, still doing tier 3s. I kind of want to do the other lane. I just love forests. It's one of my favorite spots. Let's just do it. But if you're in the chat, pretty much anywhere except for Odyssey, is I think the only one I don't have an API structure for to be able to pull in the actual chat. Go ahead and say hello. Say what's up. If you want at any point in time, you can type in 1, 2, or 3, and I will pick one of these based on that. You can also put in 0, 1, or 2. Let's just go with 1, 2, 3. That's it. Make it simpler. Because when I see 0, I'm going to be thinking my main weapon. So let's go 1, 2, 3. And for example, we're going to pick 1. That wasn't doing anything. So let's go ahead and do something. Alright. But yeah. So we've just been pushing it. I've been doing double toxic builds. Getting that toxic barrel, because like basically the things that are higher price are obviously better. In some degree, some manner, somehow, some way, they're better than whatever else is on the thing. It might not be what you want, and so therefore it might not be better for you, right? It's still better in some way. And so, that one item, like it's conflict up there and it's really high. Getting it ends up being good. Because it's like an AoE, right? So it goes around you and everything. So anybody around you is going to immediately get hit or whatever. But then they're immediately taking extra damage. Immediately taking extra damage. I need to check the price real fast. 75. See, that's the thing, like gamer goggles, it's really, really good because lower your health, you know, like the higher your strength hit. And slurp gloves, right? That's the bloody gloves. You hit something, you have a chance of blowing up. They blow up, you get health. Then blowing up, there's a chance of doing it to someone else. Love it. Drop down, grab those. Get that beefy ring. We already know we're going to get health, and that's going to give us basically a multiplier of 10% on our damage per 100. And I didn't even get a chance to really use it because I was going with that stupid shrine. See, that's one thing this game always gets me. Like, you gotta be greedy, but you can't be greedy. You gotta have this, like, you know, level of, well, be greedy and don't be greedy, or be greedy at the right time, some manner like that. I don't even have a clue how in the heck we're gonna do the big boss, the stage boss, or whatever. With this guy, like, it just sounds like it's me. Insanely to do. I know it's possible or whatever, just like, think about it. Attack slow, right? It's supposed to trap him, whatever, but it's always, like, watch how it attacks. See how it, like, moves you down with him. So we probably won't be doing that with the boss, right? This one and a couple other characters, like the bird, Muck, skateboarder, and Calcium. Like sometimes in those charge shrines, jumping sometimes just dips. Should have done it. Like that type of thing, right? So it's just stupid. But sometimes that's what makes the game more difficult. But it really got me there. My brain was like, you gotta jump, and then I'm gonna play this character that often, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Well, I started getting kind of good with a monk there. Like, I actually got I'm on the leaderboard this week. So, he's actually strangely good. Especially that double poison. Holy crap. He does poison attack, right? And then you get, the cheese. One time I had his attack, I had the cheese, and then I had like the barrel, and so like I was just like massive thumping poison everywhere. But then I had that thing where people who are poisoned, you get overprotection or whatever, 242, and that was saying like health was constantly going up and down. Dude was on the side of the head. It's actually yeah, let's do that again. Gold. I was wanting damage this time around, but gold was there. I didn't want to spend more money. Slide jump. Holy, I mean, just run. Just run. Just run. Run. Actually, can't change songs. Oh! Actually, I started, like, I was working on 3D Change Perspectives episode last week. We had that last weekend. so this week, I kind of started already working for the next one, this next weekend, and I don't know, I'm doing something kind of stupid, but I don't know, it might have a fun aspect, and so that's the only reason why I'm doing it. It might be fun, and but I have a lot. Like I started making a game thing, and basically it's just like I don't know, the game making. That's not even the right term either. It's basically like a template for just running Python, like flatter. So basic D&G styled RPGs. So, you know, simple games. And I'm working like basically like I have this thing where it's not a full game or anything. It doesn't actually play anything, just the bosses. But it's basic mechanics of the game and stuff, and I've never been really all that happy with it. Like, what I wanted for it was a bit different than what I have. So, this week, I started working on something new that's more for what I have. Not like what I want, more for what I have. And we're rebuilding basically the whole thing, trying to find a simpler solution. It's basically like the program I'm talking about is the game. It's a massive program. It's a single file. I love this file, but it's just massive, and it becomes cost heavy for workload production. Like here's when I want to make a change here or whatever. If I don't code Python, I have to do something. Go to an AI and have it take my code, put it to Python, and apply it to the thing, and then talk time. It's really expensive. And when I say expensive, I do mean like work, like CPU expensive. A lot of processing has to be done just to get that change. So this new system, the new thing I'm doing, that's using basically the game builder. I don't plan on reusing the map. There's like a map generator, it's an auto map. Not auto map maker, but auto map generator. I don't plan on reusing it. Because it's designed in a very specific way. There's a really good chance that everything I'm working on just kind of sort of works. Right now, it's like, it loads a single level, and you play a single level right now. And at the moment, it's pure text. I do want to get the PNG set up. We're going to do it below on Python. So Python image layers. But it's going to be basically like just owning the thing, like a program, is your base template. So it's the same concept as the other one, you know, basically base template. But I'm actually, like, the other base template, the other one I was doing, like, there's a lot to it. And I was not actually doing the base template. Base template was, like, very super generic thing. The other game was really different than this one. Like, the other one, the whole idea is like never-ending, it's just an infinite game. This one I'm working on right now is not that. It is like, I guess the best way to describe what's in my head is like the Super Nintendo stuff. Okay? So it's faux 3D, it's over the top, like God mode look down view thing, and it's the ideal is just simple controls, you know, all image based, and then there's two sets of maps. So remember how like in certain RPGs you have an overworld map, and then you have like an internal structure map. So I want to do something like that. So I can have like a picture that is the map, right? And then we move around on that picture, and then when we pick a place, we just load a different picture that is now a different map, and that allows us to go in and out of areas and things like that. That will allow us to have ways to build homes or buildings or whatever. Old-fashioned techniques, basically. And the way this is done is like there's some files you can edit. There's a bunch of folders, and you just like drop the images in the folders, and it looks into the database and says, "Hey, what we got?" And then we have a specific naming scheme for all the files that we use that allows us to put all the metadata into the name. It's fun. You know, it's just in the name, right there. You can edit. If you're not happy with it, you can just change it. Allows for quick access, moddability. Like we're talking like Sims moddability, but ways. Sims have like an all-loaded database and things like that. So, and that's kind of like my specialty. Like the other program, it has a fully module database system too, where like the original game thing I'm taking from a pixel back. It's on GitHub. It basically has this thing where like if there's a file, right, and so it can see the file, then it loads it, and based on like where it's at, the thing, or what its name is. Now, the other one, the naming scheme is super important because there's a file that it reads from that says, hey, is this name in that file? And if it is, the full information from that file, which is something a user can edit, which just basically explains all assets, the entire game assets, all of them. You put it in this file, and then it basically can read from this file on the fly, but at the beginning it reads the entire file, and that allows it to have like an original course type thing. So it's like, okay, this is the original setup, blah blah blah, and then while you're playing the game, you can like go in and drop files, and then have checkpoints in your game. So like you go to you're transversing from like one map to another map. It would like basically be like it does a check. And so the one I'm doing right now, I have a weird idea for it, and I need a little bit of security in there. So I've already like set the game up. Like I don't have like you do stuff with AI. When you're building anything with AI, you kind of got to pre-plan without telling it to pre-plan. Okay, if you tell the AI, oh yeah, bro, we're gonna do blah blah blah. Sometimes it puts it like in a note somewhere or something, and it will ensure you do it. If you stay on the same project or whatever long enough, it'll bring it in or pull it up. Or like I've had AI straight up yelling. Like one time I was on phones with AI doing something, and I was like, how? You know, like I was asking questions like, what did you change? Explain to me what code you changed. I need to know what happened. It's like it did this, and I was like, in my mind I was thinking, well, kind of defeats the purpose of the code then. Like it was counterproductive. Like it was doing something to the code that then canceled out the code, and when I pointed that out to it, it responded with, in all caps, it responded, I wrote it exactly as you wanted it, but it's not at all how I asked it. So that kind of crap happens all the fucking time. I fucking hate it, right? And and then another thing you have to worry about is sometimes the AI will be like, this is the finished product, and if you don't see that it gives you this some point in time in your prompt history or your output, whatever, if you don't see that it said this is the final version, then basically you're gonna get stuck in a spot where it just keeps giving you the exact same code. You're gonna go, why are you doing this? If you ask it why stuff, it would just straight up lie to you. And so you go, oh yeah, I did. You're like, oh, here's an update code. You give me the exact same code again. You just do that over and over again. Because it said this is the final version, so every time I try to update it, somewhere, somehow, it has something that says, no, this is the final version. So then it goes, oh, final version, and then boom, it stops. So like you have to basically get your chat history, chat log, and all the crap, and get it situated, and understanding where we're at. Because if you try to pass on like work history or something, well, you're gonna pass on that. This is the final version. And it will very quickly go into that same kind of, I call it malformed behavior, but it's not actually malformed behavior. It's just what it appears like. I think it's prompt injecting security protection code, but it's anti-display. I hate these. There's a lot you can do with anti-display. Like you can make AI completely incompetent. Just because it thinks it's being attacked, so it puts in a security, it turns on a security protocol that basically randomly jumbles or messes up prompts both. So it can get really confusing. Ooh, I like this. But anyway, back to the gameplay I'm making. So like, the original game in the background is a multi-styled RTS, that's real-time strategy. And it basically is a hybrid control scheme. I wanted to get it where it had all three forms of like first-person, second-person, third-person. And that game originally I wanted to have a specialized second-person view, but now it has a specialized third-person view. So the new one won't have any of that. None of it. Now it's huge hassle. I don't want to do that again. I mean, the pixelated backgrounds, there's a reason for it, right? Like I want the enemies to be able to take over the second view screen. I want you to be able to view yourself right before fighting a boss. When the boss presents itself, I want it to present itself by taking over your camera and being like, oh, look at you, sitting there moving around, confused what's going on with the controls. As it comes up closer and you get bigger and you then realize, oh, that's me. Oh shit, that's really me. And then you start to fight the boss from his point of view until you die. And then it goes back to you. So if you can kill the boss in his point of view, you get to see him die in his point of view. And then it goes back to you. But like, I don't have that camera thing, second person view camera, it's not that working, right? So it's got a specialized third person. I don't want to fuck with that. It's really specialized. Because it's using like Unreal Oblivion mechanics and stuff. So this one is a little more straightforward. It's a lot more straightforward. Like it's the whole idea. It's like more simple. But I had this program that we presented it last weekend on 3D Training Perspectives, and basically I spent the whole fucking week fixing it. Like I presented it, I kind of made it in haste, and is normally the type of program it is. It would normally take like for me, it would probably take like 6 months to a year to properly build out. And I was like, fuck it, let's rock this bitch out in, I don't know, a few days. And I think I did it in like 4. I think I did 4 days. Most of the week. And I was like, oh hell yeah, da da da. And I do this thing where I will take any code I do after a little bit of time, a day or two. So when I can't quite remember the code. Like when I'm like, I don't really remember what this does. I don't really remember what that does. Or any code I don't know how to read. Like I know how to read some Python. I don't fully understand it, but I know how to read it some, right? So like that, it technically counts as I don't know. So I'll go to AI, Grok, or Claude, or all sorts of different ones. I'll just go to a different one, and I'll just hand it. I won't say anything. I'll just give it the thing and see what it says. And I had gave Grok the code thing that I had Grok. It's like spin out super fucking fast. And Grok was like, hey, this is really cool and all, but what's the point of the whole first process if it doesn't do anything? I don't know, because that's not exactly what it said. It said it very in a much longer-winded way. It was pointing out that this really neat program, there's this really big process at the beginning that does all this work, and then here at the very end, it just ignores all that and does something else. So there's no point in this. And I was like, whoa, what do you mean ignore what? And I just simply I said it like, hey, I'm really trying to use that. I must have forgot about this or something. It's a mistake on my part. I just basically claimed stupidity, right? Oh, I'm dumb. Well, I am dumb. But I mean, like, this is like sometimes the best way the AI to just go, he doesn't know what to do. Let me just figure it out. Sometimes you just basically have to explain to the AI, hey, I thought I knew what I was doing. Guess what? Poor dumb human don't know what he's doing. Can you help the human out? And that almost, it'll be like, oh, hell yeah, bro, I got you. And it really did. I just kind of explained, I said, hey, look, man, I really thought I was using that in the output. Is there any way you can just fix that? And then I was like, well, while you're at it, tell me what else is going wrong. And there was a couple of things, not in that specialized process that I created, that was like solid. But of course, that was originally done in JavaScript, so of course it's fine. But some other parts of the thing, output glitches and stuff like that. But most importantly, I got Sphinx set up. So you didn't watch the last episode of Where You Change Perspectives, you're missing it. Because we did an entire episode on just basically building PQC key, which is post-quantum cryptography key. You know, so that's like the new thing you always hear when we talk about PQC, post-quantum cryptography. When you get to that post-quantum stuff, well, alright, so I got a key generator that a Raspberry Pi 3 should be able to work. A Raspberry Pi 4 will definitely be able to work. Well, I'm going to still say on Raspberry Pi 4 it should, okay? It definitely, the RAM limit, not the problem. The problem with Raspberry Pi 4 is I haven't tested it. And it most definitely would work on Raspberry Pi 5. It's modern architecture or something like that. Like it actually meets suitable. I think actually my computer is very cool. One of the computers I have that I tested this on is very close to Raspberry Pi 5, including architecture. It's just a different type of mini computer. So it was like, okay, yeah, that should really work. And that means that like nodes that use Bitcoin, narrow nodes, like common nodes, should be able to run this program to create cryptographic keys for post-quantum keys. Well, so here's the thing, man. Like, I was looking at Sphinx. Now that I gotta work, I was really looking. And I like the type of cryptography it is. Right? I have superposition text on GitHub SPX, or SUPOSXT, supposed. I have that, which is a very similar design. It's modularized based hash graph that scrape into a hash. And mine is fully deterministic, 100%. Well, I noticed Sphinx is like maybe 70 to 80%. Like, and I mean, okay, so like when I say deterministic, I don't mean the output's deterministic. I mean we are using determined data to create the hash. Meaning like we can modify this hash in some manner. And I haven't actually like looked at the code or had anything break down the code or anything like that. So, well, okay, now I'm like, I did review the project on 3D perspectives. I have memory of looking at some of the code, and I remember going, wait, I think I can do something with this. Someone has already done something with it once before. Sphinx is Sphinx, and I'm talking about Sphinx Plus. Well, what if we make a Sphinx Plus Plus? Because I was looking at it and looking through it, and I don't really remember like the code in detail to be able to say, yeah, I was really reading the code. I got some memory of the code in my mind. But I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I tried, well, we could modify the Sphinx to present itself like base 58. Like, there's a chance we could use Sphinx and create a PQC that looks and validates as if it's base 58. There's nothing really there. It's kind of pointless. But if you was to try to validate like C Sphinx plus, which doesn't exist, Sphinx plus doesn't exist. So I'm saying I can go ahead and try to make it, try to take the Sphinx and modify it to do this, then you could have post-quantum protections on Bitcoin without doing Bitcoin upgrade, on anything without doing the upgrade. Anything that's base 58 signature, which is basically like everything up to 2009. Like, in 2008, it was, I want to say like 80% of the hold was on a base 58 signature style, because I'm like almost all of your main cryptography things use it. It's really handy because if you have the mounts, you can just open that page, right? So it's like, it's this really neat thing where it's fairly secure, it's generalized in a manner to where we can like just look at it, right? Like there are some people that can look at a base 58 and they can just be like, oh yeah, it's base 58. You know, like I can look at a thing and be like, oh, that's base 64. There are people that can look at stuff and be like, that's base 58. So like it's got this look to it. Well, we know the key structure of a base 58. So I'm like, what if we just use it? Fuck, just use the exact same key structure. The output key structure. Fucking use it, right? But keep the PQC shit. And so I gotta look at it and see how it does the math to determine, is there a way to be able to manipulate input to get the output to be a base 58 stylized output, but it's actually Sphinx plus QTC. That's the idea. Can it be done? I don't fucking know. Right? But the ideal of this game is I want to get the game set up to be the test bed for potentially building this stylized Sphinx. So one of the really neat things about old-fashioned like Bitcoin wallets, like we used to have this thing where you would have to click on different things and get a bunch of like screen positions, right? And you would basically building a file of numbers using screen positions and things like that. And like one of the things we're going to be showing on this episode is I made a little game, like a jumble board game. So it's like that, but it's with hashes. Because I love hashes. I love them, right? And it's really fun. Absolutely. But I got to thinking, I was like, wait, I'm playing this word jumble game with creating keys. Okay. why can't I just play a game and create? That's the real ideal here for what I'm doing. The new version of Pixel Backgrounds, which is not Pixel Backgrounds, it's still going to be a background inspired something to love background media. Like I've lost all that stuff in the background. Basically, no, okay. So it's still going to be something similar, but it's a real-time strategy RPG. And I wanted to have like raid mechanics and stuff like that. So, like in Zelda, it's like you're all on your own. Right? You're really all on your own, right? You gotta go in, you gotta stop. You find out what's in the dream, and nothing's the way it was. Big thing, right? So, still in the ideal single player, well, what if you could have, I don't know, multiple characters? What if you could have 30 characters? What if you could control, like, a fleet, multiple fleets? And so that's the ideal. And I want it to just be like an array-driven version. Like the other one, it's a full database logic programming system. Basically, like you do stuff on the fly, and specialized file system, basic files to go ahead and do the same work. If it just needs to generate something, it can generate it on the fly, including sound, architecture, enemies, NPCs, architects, like architectures. When I say that, I mean like storyline arcs, side quests, things for you to do. It's like build it on the fly and say, oh, new quest, welcome to the world. And it can pull from a database of like pre-designed quests and stuff like that, which makes the process way faster and allows you to have like real generated, like real randomly generated outputs, and then some predetermined outputs that are seemingly generated. So you have this mixture of like high quality and potentially low quality into your builds and all that, and it uses an extremely neat method for map design that I'm not going to talk about here. Because we're not going to reuse it. I wanted that to be specialized for pixel background, because it basically is 100% fake 3-dimensional. So I found a way to completely do 3 dimensions, completely fake 2D, fake 3D, but not like extrapolated 3D, but presence of 3D in a 2D flat world. And then, like, one of the things that I always hate about when people do that, I mean, I guess, like, originally a lot of people used to go, oh, look at this new trick. Basically, you can have stuff hide behind stuff. You can have things be behind other things. But one of the things I don't want is I don't want a mini-map that has hidden land or hidden rooms. So the mini-map system, like basically the entire map system, Pixel Backgrounds is based around this mini-map build, this little thing that looks like a map. And it forces the ability where you cannot put a map behind another map, ever. You can have stuff where, like, logically, it is underneath, behind, on top, but physically, no. And there is, like, in the map thing, you can even cover, I think it's up to, like, 65% of another piece. So there is some physical overlap allowance. But when you look at it, all pieces are always visible. Like no piece can be completely hiding behind another piece. And this allows for this natural flow of Z layers and all this other stuff. It's kind of cool. But I do want to take on that whole like unique Z layering approach, but I don't want the map system. I don't want to predetermined. And the map building system, the way it works, it starts off at 0, 0, starts in a very specific spot for 0, 0, and just builds on from there, and whatever it builds, it builds. So the ideal here is it might not always build like square maps. It might build a circle map, it might build an X-map map, it might build a squid map, a squiggly map, or a semester map. And the user, the person who built the map, puts the pictures together and says, oh, and then names it, oh, that's my map, has the opportunity to actually force the system to create the map. So, this one will allow for like disjoint pieces and other stuff that you probably haven't done on the map. While the other map system doesn't allow for that. It's like extremely specialized. But it's for backrooms. And in the backrooms, it's kind of like non-unique. And so we have so I had to create a mini-map for picture backrooms, which is Euclidean viewed, non-Euclidean allowance, topology. Not easy to do. Because non-Euclidean likes to flow weird ways. Euclidean is like more straightforward. Like the one I'm on right now is Euclidean. So pretty simple. Non-Euclidean, well, that might be a tunnel. Like, I'll jump up to the side, I can probably go in. And I don't mean like go through and like the opening, like this opening here, I might go somewhere really different. I go in there and end up, on the top of that building over there in the back. Out of the hole, the exit out. Like I said, it's a tunnel, it's a hole in the top. Alright, I got a feeling that we're starting to have good rounds. Like the last round was pretty. I really thought I was going somewhere with that round. Like goddamn, I didn't want to stop talking. I was doing so good. So I think I'm getting the feel of the character. That or the music is just top notch, bro. I don't know, man. When I'm practicing playing the game and stuff, I always tell myself this is actually a game about breaking pots. I always remind myself that this is actually a game about breaking pots and opening chests. That's what the game really is. There's just a whole bunch of people mad that I'm breaking their shit and stealing their stuff. So, we gotta deal with it. See, that's really how this character. See how like I'm going around him, he's being stuck in the middle. So that's really how we want to do the main fight, something like that. Yeah, this is actually the soundtrack for that game thing, Pictures Backwards. But the new one that I'm doing, I actually plan on building a small map, all the little things. So basically the entire game, like this, a template to play. And I want, basically, I'm going to create a template that is bare minimum you need to create TPs. So the idea here is you playing the game, and if you just do all the minimal inputs to get through the game, it would be enough information that we can use the data from all the stuff. And it's not just like, oh, this pinpoint, that pinpoint, but it has like I don't know what I know the word. Hold on a second. I know the word. It's just old. Words don't come so easy. But there's data and information that we can turn into variable values that are have nothing to do like the screen or position like that, and it's stuff like took 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or 30 seconds, or like different things like that. But basically, we can use variable value systems to create a more potentially randomized input of numbers. And with my specialized system of how we create QPC with the data we have, basically I can turn any data that we have and I can decouple it during the process. That's probably the part I'm really happy about. I did this once with something else where we decoupled one process from another process, and it was just like ecstatically really fucking good. It changed I think the processing amount was greater to do it that way the first time. This time we managed to get it where it's like, no, I didn't really take any major flaw hits this time. I think the only flawed hit I took was like I want to say it was 0.12 seconds, something like that. Like the amount of time was so negligible, like I couldn't even tell. And then so the ideal is play the game, right? Because I can decouple your inputs to the game logic, to the hash output. So game logic turns to hash, right? So what we do normally in the system that I have set up, as you're doing something, we do this thing called like reflow. You reflow certain types of data back into it during there's a way to remove low entropy. I have a specialized method to find low entropy and just completely cut it out. We just get rid of that issue. We don't need low entropy. We want high entropy. We want the best and the highest entropy possible. We just fucking get rid of all the lowest entropy. And so during that time, we need more data to replace that data. So I have, in this process, we have a special way to do that. Well, what if we just gave you more input data, right? More game data. Well, okay, so say we take, specialized breaks in the processing to, literally do one of these steps. Oh, I cut out data. Wait a second. Oh wait, he has more. Do it again, and create Sphinx specifically. It's not the fastest. It's like one of the more slower ones, but the output is so more determinable that we can create structure of DRM around. Basically, there's a role system in the hashes. Okay? So we can be like, oh, this person generated role blank. That means they did X in the game. So therefore, we need to look at the hash, and between this point and that point, we see this value structure, which in decimal equivalates to. Hold on a second, look at my equation. So decimal, that equivalates to X value. Place that into this variable, and now we have hash-based game, or hash-based on-the-fly generated DRM structure for the game, where playing the game creates the keys, and then you have it set up where beat the boss, get the master. So you get all your role keys, you get all your public keys, but no master. So you're like, well, bro, I can't really do a whole lot without a master key, right? And then you start to look at it and you're like, whoa, I got no private keys. You want private key? You better watch the credits, baby. Finish the credits. So you have that thing set up where if you have to beat the boss, you can't even see the credits, right? But if you beat the boss, you immediately get the credits, right? But after that, you'll have a thing where you can just go to and watch the credits. So you could be playing, say you want an output where you don't have private keys, or you don't have master keys, you want private keys, but no master keys. And you're like, yeah, I just want roll 0 through 5, or roll 1 through 5. And, you know, so play the game, and you do certain things, and you generate rolls 1 through 5, and you go and you watch the credits, and then boom, here's your keys, bubby. So it's like something that stupid, right? But the ideal is, well, if I can make the key generation process funner, maybe we can get people to do it more. Okay, now on top of this, I want to create a automized or automatic way of key storage. Basically, one of the things I know why we do it, but I'm not happy with it. We're in a time where we're at a point where we need automated key generation, and we need it to make sense. We need it to actually work. So I've been working on a new type of graphics, PQC graphics system. This allows me to wrap data inside of the PQC, of like a post-quantum cryptography key. But it's not actually in the key, it's wrapped with the key. So you need the key to open it. Okay. So, I don't know if you're hearing me, but that basically means I have a way to take anything and wrap it with these keys we've been making. So, we can just offload a wrapped key, material into your database as a zip. Now we have password protected file. We just password protect the zip on creation, right? Maybe using gzip or something. And then, you know what? Actually, the way we have it set up, I'm just going to say, we have a specialized QQC itty bitty site system that I'm still fully getting it where it works right. But basically, I have to get links using it that use QQC set up cryptography, and the system uses the Bertolli and LMDA compression to get extremely small links of the data that contains the full set of information. And that's how we actually plan on transferring stuff around. So, let me put that into a zip file. So the thing that we're giving you that contains your key is actually a link you can send to somebody securely, because it's secured by the link. Kind of stupid. And when I say stupid, I mean it's basically all the hash link technology I've ever invented, I've ever fucked with. It's like I used to be not an mentor, but like I used to be the gopher. I used to get all the top, or not even top, digital. Like I used to have to do all the email responses. People would send me like handwritten note pictures, and I'd have to turn them into text files. And people would be like, "Hey, I need these two things combined." Like basically everything I'm making AI do for me, I used to do when I was in like high school as like an intern for some hashing. For those in hashing, it was a hashnet site. There was a hashnet company. Intern for I was in college, blind doing. But early days of the internet, you could do stuff like that. And basically, I was like, "Hey, I don't want money. Just I want more. I want to learn more about this. Help me learn. Help me understand." And I ended up getting a mentor, a hash mentor, that he was like the bee's motherfucking knees. I would have never met this guy if it wasn't for this stupid internship, which was basically an open call internship. It was originally all data processing and from like image to text, whatever. Because like basically these guys were doing like handwritten notes, and they didn't have the time or want or need or whatever to be able to like, hey, I need this written to code. So they would like they hired people like me to just do it. Like I would get emails, I'd have to take that picture, turn that, read it, write it as it says into that process. It helps you learn, right? They're like, oh, okay, here's a script system that allows you to do blah 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 blah, and it's all written on there. You just got to read it and do it. And then know, sometimes you might have to back up. You're like, yeah, I don't know what this is. You have a piece of paper or something. There is another one. So I would like save all my outputs and stuff, everything I did for these people. I would save them and stuff, and like that was my reference material for later in the future. And I started creating like a database of scenes, right? What else are you gonna do with it? And it ended up coming on super fucking handy. No, okay, we're on the next one. We're on this one. It ended up coming really handy. I really thought I was gonna go somewhere that time. I'm not getting build up like I'm wanting. Like basically when we do the exact same build up with a monk and with birds, basically with anybody, I'm gonna use a completely different character. I'm gonna do the exact same build up. There's something about this this black hole stuff that I hate. I just haven't figured out the right way to use it, I think. Originally I was using it with Tornado, and I was hoping all these things would work together. Nah. Sometimes I think I need to use it with knockback, right? I need to just get the knockback thing instead of damage, and just take the hit on my end, take F it, keep going. Alright, so we're going to do this build, any other character, right? That's what I said, right? Okay, let's be sure. Let's go ahead and let's prove this build isn't stupid. It's halfway decent. Alright. I can probably take Ninja. Well, I know I can do Ninja. God damn, this is like Ninja Destructor right here. This build, Ninja. Oh yeah. Because Ninjas are close combat. So we're going to show you this is a stupid build. And then we'll go right back to Artemis. Basically, Artemis called into Houston and say, yeah, Houston, we have a small problem. And they went, alright, we're going to send in the sheriff to clean it up. So the sheriff then here to clean it up. Alright, these guys are not playing along well. Keep with their guy. Clean them up. Take care of this. Sheriff Nelly is on the duty. Got him, but the exact same time. Now, something you guys don't realize, or maybe you do if you play, Nelly's a cooldown player. He's a character where cooldown allows you to have faster attacks, or more attack recently. And you ain't gonna see me get cooldown time. I mean, maybe on accident, because that's normally what I do with this character, is get quantity and cooldown, and I just like massive do the basic thing. But we're the Artemis build. It was duration, and then I found out duration sucks really bad. Like getting it in these little pop-ups, perfect. Okay. Believe it or not, if you get enough of the tone, you can actually get much better, stronger build up on things on your stats compared to actually getting the tone for that stat. It's one of the things that kept me from getting the damage tone for so long. Like I was getting it for a long time, and then I stopped because I found out, not getting damage tone, just getting the thing with the little shrine damage, get your damage up way higher, way faster. Then I found out, well, I mean, you can just do both, right? Like, what are you, stupid, Douglas? So, gotta figure out where does what perk benefit you the most. And I've just been learning how to like mix these combinations of things. I'm trying to find like the ultimate combination where any character would be able to use it and it just works. And I had it set up with this aura and stuff. Like Hero Sword's really good, but let me show you what the aura is, bro. And normally with Nelly, I normally use the gun. I normally have a shotgun. Love shotgun. One of my favorite guns. It has insane damage. For some reason, I have been able to get the aura higher than the fountain. And I ain't gonna lie. Aura with shotty, woohoo! There's your beauty. There's only one way I'm able to get that set up, and that's when using chat. Maybe next time we'll chat it up. And we'll do a chat. Could we build basically a could we basically build Duke Nukem on this game with Chad, the shotgun, Bloodmark, or whatever the blood one's called? I don't know what it's called. And dice, so we can like roll the dice. You know, you guys go to casinos. Big shotty boy. He's got that aura that kills. So, we might have that. I think that's what we're doing on the next Definy Thy. I think we're just gonna pretend to be Duke Nukem. We're gonna do a Duke Nukem build. A little bit of shield goes a long way in this. For a long time I was getting armor. And I basically when I wasn't good enough to get it, like I was constantly getting touched. Armor was this beauty baby that would keep me from dying. And I had to slowly get over that. Just like I just one day noticed, oh, I don't get touched very often. Why am I making buying armor or getting that home if I'm never getting touched? Like it did not need it. And that getting over that crutch was huge. That was a huge crutch. You don't even understand, man. Like shield is another crutch. Having shield tome. It's beneficial having shield and armor together can be really good, but it's a huge crutch. You can just get help. Bypass everything. And I want to get gold this time. Beefy ring. I got beefy ring. Yeah. So, what that really does is every 100 health I have, every 100 max health I have, I get 20% damage. Remember earlier how long it took to go up the hill? 3 jumps that time without sliding. I had a good momentum ahead of time. I was able to slide across twice. Man, they really do not want to give gold. Look, They're eating the boulders, stopping me from getting there. Oh, come on. Like, for real, they don't want me to go. Gold now. Alright. Here it is. All the way in the back. Alright. Okay. I gotta go all the way back to get up there, so. Back to my room. Yeah, discovering that immediately turning on jump, like at the same time you jump, you turn. You get this momentum push or something. You can build up your speed kind of quickly. Hook me up, baby. Let me go down speed. Whoa. Nice. Fuck it. I got the real thing I wanted out of that. Wait, is it up there? No. No, it's over here. Oh, I think it's on the ground. Yeah. Go. What do you mean I ain't moving? You're moving. I'm moving. You're moving. Not me. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't moving at all. I'm telling you, this is like the setup. The weapons I got, if you don't have like scythe and all those really good stuff, bruh, pretty simple setup, man. You just gotta unlock Dice Head, unlove like Dice Head, by the way, and Blood Mark. Really? I think oh, Nelly, you have to unlock Nelly too. Well, no, you don't need Nelly for this. This setup I'm talking about, you don't need Nelly. Just cancel it myself. I really like what my stats were. I can't still at 1%. No, I think it's 6. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it is. Hey. I remember seeing that earlier, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought I had used it once already. As still have one. That's why sometimes I get certain ones to start off. I'm just like, oh, in case it gets used, whatever, I still have one out. Or one out. Oh wait, did I do that? Alright, I don't remember seeing that guy earlier or anything. Must have flipped this thing. See what I mean? Like, the setup's pretty damn good. See what I mean? So, Artemis, what the fuck, bro? Alright, let's try a different map. Like, there's this thing about the map system that, like, the up-down maps work different from the flat maps, so let's get a flat map. Oh, sorry. Sorry, it came out of nowhere. Just immediately got 3 things I needed. Holy crap, dude. And get that extra little bit of shield. Alright. Take the ferry. Maybe we gotta try playing an entire round of the game with just like this. Be allowed to jump also though, but yeah, try not to walk. Love this. I like jazz mixed in with a little bit of rock and techno. I just like that. My brain's telling me to get shield. Let's do it. More shield. Shield up, Russes. Running away. Running away. Dude, this build with Athena would be just destructive. She would destroy the world. We're gonna slide on over, see if we can get behind the spots. I just kind of missed the boss. Oh, he fell into the ground as I was getting close. There's a couple of guys over here. Damn. I had a little bit of fun on that one. Let's do it again. Whew, dude. I'm just like barely getting away from these guys. Alright guys, we got this. We just can't die. Don't let them get me. Holy crap. Yes. Alright. Alright, we're gonna get... They got me. I need to get that box. Falling on us. All right, go. Get it, eat it. Sorry, yo, but I'm just a little glovey stud. I like to wear all kinds of gloves. Green gloves, red gloves, they had the black gloves. I'd wear those too. I'd wear blue ones. I would like blue ones. Duration increase for wearing, like as a glove statement. Let's see if we can start manipulating speed. Now we increase damage on speed slightly. I didn't mean to click it that many times. But Alright, thank you, bro. Please somebody turn on the shrine, so at least I got the... Doesn't matter. Alright. Oh, okay. That's... I don't really want to see at the very beginning, but whatever. It's actually not a bad thing to get something like that at the very beginning, or getting a bunch of difficulty at the start. It's when you get a bunch of difficulty kind of randomly. That's when it's fun. Like, there was one time I picked up 2 or 3 of the skulls in a row, like boxes, like a bunch of boxes, and they all give me the same thing. I was like, oh crap. Or I clicked on a bunch of these totems in a row, very quickly between each other and stuff. Like, that's when it becomes real pain. When we're doing it right before or in the middle of a raid. Yeah, that also sucks. Energy core me, baby. Energy core me! Now we got the tags. Oh, bro. If I could get dang harvester right now. Ooh, yeah. get the spike thing would have 0 armor, it'll give you like 20%. But if you have any amount of armor over like 5, it'll only give you like 10%. Or they might have lowered it and I just remembered the old one and now it's lowered. I don't know. It gets updated all the time. But okay, I feel like I know it doesn't really seem like it, but I kind of feel like we were doing better that time. I want to do this again. I really thought I was going well. Whoa, Blobby's doing his thing. Finally got a song that's activating Blobby out. Hooray. I forget that it's only certain tones and things that actually makes Blobby roar. Maybe we need to expand that out. But he's supposed to have like a medium and high pitch, like vocalized thing. So when I talk, he should do something different. The music, he should do something different. That's the ideal, but I don't think it's working out quite like that. I think it's like 45 for the XP stuff. So basically, XP comes down. Well, if you guys didn't know what my choice was going to be, you definitely know what my choice is going to be now. Not another one of those. That's I was eating Jump Heights and then I went for Jump Festival or whatever it was. And I saw it. I shouldn't have grabbed that box. I don't know, it's like habit for me to just grab the box. It's just habit. You know what, I'm gonna exit the level and go back to the other one. We're just gonna do it. A lot of times when I'm having a lot of problems, I'm just not having a good time. I'll come in here and fuck with something. And, really but there is a situation where I do use it for. Okay. There is no lava type creature thing I know of. I think I still got 2 more things. I got 2 more people I got unlocked. I remember a time there was concrete things on a lot of the list. You could do like lava gloves or some on things, but it's lava and splatter effect. And you touch the splatter, get hit. Burn effect over time. You could probably redo like a mod to just throw fire, or the guy with the flamethrower. Yeah. You got a flame shooter. But a constant flamethrower. Magic. Oh, I do like the idea of just like a suited person, like a monster with a flamethrower. Like that sounds kind of like that. Maybe the flame retardant suit people. Yeah. Be a lava walker. Be a guy with a flame retardant suit. Yeah, flamethrower, like a literal flamethrower. Just like, yeah, let's do it, baby. Working my way over there. Hold on. Nice. So I need to get the thing where the drop bonus increase, drop chance increase. So when I kill the beast, that way I get that stuff in there. That right there. Exactly what I was wanting. Now I got a 50% higher chance of getting these elite spawns. Let's take that to advantage. Gold me up. Gold me up! We're just gonna drop in right here. XP me. Quantity. Perfect. Gosh. Come on. We got this. One good run. Let's get to the boss. Let's kill the boss. I think last weekend we didn't get to the boss either. 2 weekends in a row. We are doing experimental tools and stuff like that, so happens, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice. Love to get a point where I could just turn all those on, because like the more those you have, the more guaranteed box drops and stuff like that. Like I had 2 guaranteed box drops. Now I have 4. If I can kill the bosses attached, the mini bosses attached. Alright. But potential's there. I hear a box. I don't see a box. Oh, no, it's the box right now. Okay. Okay. HP. Oh, man. Okay. Ah, got right into a bee. Why is the bumblebee technology so powerful? See, that's something we could always a beehive person in this game. Makes some sense. An entire level where you're on a volcano. Have the boss come out of the center. Or have the boss break it apart and drop in. Boss. No, actually, you just probably go through the portal and just take you to the inside. To the boss. The background makes it look like it's inside the volcano. I'm gonna go quiet. I'm just gonna focus, bro. Man, this big guy's been on me for a minute, bro. They just won't stop. Damn. They were really on me. They were like, no, we're getting this guy. We're gonna get this guy. That's really what they thought. Don't know if you noticed, but I'm like, okay. Immediately dies. Immediately dies. I'm not even playing on the harder difficulty points or anything. Actually, I just want to do something. I want to do something. Okay. Wait. Hold on. I remember earlier I was saying. Okay, so. Yeah. No challenges. Alright. Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's go Ultra Blast Shot. 51. Yes, okay. Where is that at? Okay. 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 Pick up wrench. Like I wanted that armor, but I know I need that pickup wrench. Somehow on my mouth board. Not the guy I was expected, so I mean, holy crap, what is it now? How much does it cost now? It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even see myself pick shotgun. I didn't even know I had shotgun. I just never realized I had it. That's it's like, I love shotgun so much, I don't even notice I'm clicking it. It's like, oh yeah, I need that shotgun. Oh. Hold on. Okay. I'm just realizing something. You see that thing I just shot off? He just went whoop. He was gone. Okay, maybe not. Guess we're not doing that one, guys. Sorry. Bad guy said otherwise. He said, nah, not for you. Oh, the wrong way. I'm trying to go toward that corner, okay? It's just, sometimes moving around here and I look at the map and I'm like, how is that direction? I don't know. You know, it's kind of through this. I don't know. Messing with my mind. Don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's go. Fuck it. I did it for the crit down. Whoa, what the hell? I'll come over here and grab this thing and we'll go towards the corner. I'm pretty sure the boss is over. Like, oh, you're over, you made it all the way over here. Give a second. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Wait, how long did I have a second? No. Whoop, all this time. Screw myself over. Alright, there we go. Are you kidding me? You guys see a boss on the screen? There's a tiny corner on the far bottom right that's just barely not completely finished. Currently, that's where it's at. Because I got the entire rest of the bit that's the only spot I don't got. So it's not in the corner I thought it was in. I really screwed myself over. See? Alright. We're gonna try something completely different. I got a feeling I have to get a completely different setup for Artemis, and I just don't know what it's gonna be. Because like this is a pretty good setup. I'm gonna try to stay away from the shotgun. I might get it. You know, I'm just used to always getting it. See if we can do something for a little bit more. You know, I'm starting to think it's attack speed. I think I'm gonna have to get the attack speed tome with Artemis to make it work. Or the basically like I'm like maybe I'm just not like basically this character is gonna show what quantity you can really do. And when I was thinking about it, it's like yeah, when I was using a mock, getting his quantity of throw up really high was the thing that made a good game. It's the only thing that made him worth it or whatever. So, and then the hero, I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll get quantity up like 30. And I was like, wait a minute, that's my problem. I get quantity up on the spaceman up really high, but he still throws slow. He's still really slow. And so either I can get him to move faster, or I can get him to throw faster. I can throw more often. That cooldown. My first box. Crap. Shit box. That's better. guys. Thank you. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's probably going to be like one of my last rounds. I only got like half an hour left, so let's make the best of it. No, 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 no. No, those things. I hate them, man. I hate them. Those and those fast runners, man. Oh. They're both good. Tell you what, if I die quick enough to go to the desert. Grab it. Oh yeah. Now if I can get energy core and the missiles, slug rockets, then I'll be good. Help me up. Nice. one. I have to try really hard not to hit that button out for that shotty because I love that shotty. One of my favorite weapons on this game. Wait, do I have two jumps now? Oh, I got feathers. I didn't even know if I had feathers. Okay. I was gonna say, I tried double jumping earlier and it didn't double jump. That was okay. very long. I was like in my mind, I was like, oh, I just go activate this, go grab that other box, come back over here, grab this box. I didn't get a chance to go over there. Holy slaps. Holy slaps, man. God, I am. Oh, that's all right, baby. We got this. We got this. I will, baby. I know. Sorry, I had to ask why puppy's nuzzling. Look, we've been trying to teach her to go use her nose instead of using her mouth. We got her from a pound, so she like grab my arm and grab me with her mouth. We're just trying to teach her to use her nose to do the same thing. And she finally did it for the first time. Holy crap. She's a girl. Yeah, basically I want to get my your main weapon. You want to make your main weapon so good that when they get into the aura, because they're taking like chemical protection or whatever in the aura, that your weapon just destroys them as fast. So them taking them first. Second, you get a little bit of knockback to the shrine, and it slows them down a little bit. Get the freeze thing, slows them down a little bit. Basically, just hit it where they get close to you to just slow them down long enough so you can hit them more than one time. Oh no! I really thought that was the one. God damn. But you see how Soul Harvester is just insane DPS or whatever. Quintana, yeah. But let's see. Aura down, all the way down here again. Alright. One last time, right? One last time. I'm really thinking I gotta get cooldown. I'm just thinking, instead of damage or whatever, let's get cooldown. Let's see what happens. Dang, that thing is barely on the... Like sometimes I hit the ground. Absolutely nothing. Like there's no damage taken or whatever. And other times you barely touch the ground, it's like 15 damage. Now, if you made it this far into the video stream, blah blah blah, however you're doing this, something I used to do is I would reset over and over until I started at the boss level, like you just saw. I started at the boss. All right, I gotta go. Sorry, everybody, I can't even finish this round. I'm gonna have to go. Thank you, everybody, for stopping.